Well, welcome to my Rectory Brothers here in the St. Catherine of Siena Catholic Church in Veneta. And we're starting a new video series. We're going to do 6 in this round, and then we'll do 6 in the next round. And so hopefully once a month you'll be having these videos delivered. The theme I want to work with this day is fire. We read in Hebrews 12:29, "For our God is a consuming fire." Well, of course we know that that's not literal, but the warmth and the light that we have in fire as an analogy for God. And God gives us that light to know us where to step or where to walk. You could imagine being in a dark room and not exactly knowing where to go. Maybe your counsel's having that experience. You just simply don't know what to do. You do not know where to go. How do we grow? How do we get more men? How do we serve our parish better? Sometimes we feel like we're in darkness. Well, it's at these times, brothers, that we really have to go. We have to go to God who gives us light. Just like this fire illumines this room, so God can illumine your counsel. St. Catherine of Siena said that if we are who we're called to be, we'll set the world on fire. So we know that that's absolutely true. And St. Ignatius of Loyola, when he was sending off his Jesuits to do missionary work in India and abroad, he would say, "Go and set the world on fire." And as we have Knights of Columbus, we have a similar call through charity, one of the greatest of virtues, fraternity, unity, and patriotism, to set our little parishes on fire. But how do we do that? That's kind of what we'd like to look at. How do we do that as brothers in Jesus Christ? Well, we have to ask God to illumine us, and we do that through prayer. Brothers, if there's tension in your counsel, if your counsel is not growing, spend time together in prayer. Pray the rosary and specifically ask the Holy Spirit to set your hearts on fire for love of Him and love of others. There's a traditional Catholic prayer that we used to pray from time to time, and you can incorporate it into your prayer of your counsels. Come, Holy Spirit, fill the hearts of your faithful, and kindle in them the fire of your love. Send forth your Spirit, and they shall be created, and you shall renew the face of the earth. This is what we have to believe, that God is going to renew the face of the earth, but we have to be obedient like Mary. And like Mary said at the wedding of Cana, when she was speaking to the servants, and we knights are basically servants of God and servants of Our Lady, she said to the servants, "Do whatever He tells you." And so as Knights of Columbus, we have to take that to heart, to recognize that, some of us are in darkness, and we need that light of Christ. But in addition to giving light, fire gives warmth. And this is something that leads us into the charity of divine love. We need that warmth because sometimes the darkness can be cold. Just think of yourself in a cold January morning or night when there's darkness and coldness. Sometimes we can get that way. Our hearts can become hard. We can be frustrated. We can carry grudges against a member of our council or the past Grand Knight or the financial secretary. And pretty soon, not only are we in darkness, but we're cold. And so we have to come close with each other to the warmth of divine love, through that fire that ignited the early church and set them free. My brothers, we cannot be distracted by the world, the flesh, or the devil. The world seeks to lead you and put your passions in other places and dilutes the church. The flesh, anger, lust, gluttony, all these different sins, they can distract us. And the devil, he loves to see us bickering and fighting. That can only happen if we're not abiding in the light of Jesus Christ and in the love and the warmth of His heart. There's many saints who have used fire as an analogy or fire as a way to describe God or to describe God's presence in them. And we must discover that warmth and the light of Jesus Christ as brother knights and together as knights, and work through all challenges and all difficulties with complete fidelity to God and complete fidelity to the church. Saint Angela Merici has this to say: "A good tree, that is a good heart, as well as a soul on fire with charity, can do nothing but good and good works. And this is what we excel at. This summer, there was fire, a destructive fire, that came through Oregon. And we came together as knights and did a lot of good work because the fire of divine charity does dwell in us, brothers. This is proof positive that the knights in the state of Oregon have the fire of divine love in their hearts, and the light of Christ is guiding us. We just need more brothers to be a part of the experience of being guided by the light of Christ and driven by the fire of divine love. St. Augustine said, "One loving heart sets another on fire." And so whether your council is only just a few members, remember what St. Augustine said, "One loving heart sets another on fire." And so, brother, through these spiritual videos, we will look at different aspects of the Knights of Columbus life. Our life as brother knights, looking at charity, fraternity, unity, and patriotism, and putting ourselves under the light and the fire of God. My brothers, never give up. Never be discouraged. Never give in and never back down. If God is for us, who can be against us? Be encouraged then, brothers. Come to the light of Christ and experience His divine love for you, and be one of those hearts that St. Augustine wrote about. One heart set on fire will set another ablaze.